Here are 10 pro tips to help you instantly improve in Smash Bros.
Oh my god! No 4P jet defeat!
Tip number 1, attack when pressured. A lot of players will hold shield as their opponents pressure them as they're afraid of getting hit. However, this means your opponents can safely pressure your shield, and it sometimes makes you feel like they're just walking all over you and all their moves are safe and there's nothing you can do. The answer can often be to hit them before their move comes out. Many players like to safely pressure shields by using safe landing aerials. This leaves them vulnerable before their move comes out, so if you simply jump up and hit them first, you'll actually be fine. When performing a stage spike, don't do this. It is better to run off and double jump aerial back onto stage when you're attempting a stage spike. This means if your opponent techs your aerial or you simply miss, you are in perfect position to still ledge trap, as opposed to being off stage and having your opponent ledge trap or edge guard you. Tip number 3, turn around and shield against opponents who want to cross you up. If you play a character like DK, where you have poor options if your opponent crosses up your shield, it's best to turn around in neutral against players who like to cross you up. Here Donkey Kong tries to punish Wario's Nair by using a back air. However, if the Donkey Kong turned around in neutral, he could simply just grab as soon as the Wario crosses up his shield. Use movement to be safe rather than relying on shielding and spot dodging. Many players like to use shield or spot dodge so that they don't get hit after a safe move. However, this gives your opponent a chance to either guess your option and punish you, or safely pressure you. However, using your movement to stay safe immediately returns the game to neutral rather than having you on the back foot, and can allow you to outspace and punish your opponent. Tip number 5, use ledge trumps. Ledge trapping can be hard, especially when your opponent is able to mix up not only their get up option, but also their timing. Occasionally using ledge trumps will force your opponent to choose an option straight away from the ledge, making it easier to ledge trap. If you have a quick back air, using ledge trumps into back air can also get you some cheeky kills. Have you ever been versing a projectile character and feel like there's no way of getting in because of how many projectiles they're throwing at you? Jump. Jumping over projectiles is a very effective method of getting in on your opponent. Shooting projectiles doesn't really help too much and allows your opponent to mix up and grab you at any moment. However, if sometimes you jump over projectiles and landing aerial to punish your opponents, you'll be able to get in far easier. Hold up while trying to tech a stage spike. If this has happened to you before, hold up. This will mean even if your opponent's move misses or doesn't actually hit you hard enough so you need to tech, you will air dodge upwards and grab the ledge anyway. This is also very effective against characters like Lucina, who can mix you up by either hitting you with a strong aerial that you do need to tech, or a side B that you don't need to tech. Tip number 8, look at what your opponent does after a safe move. This can be a very annoying situation where it feels like you can't punish anything because your opponent simply hits you straight after or rolls away. However, if you wait and catch on to your opponent's habits that they do after doing a safe move, you can start to get punishes. Maybe they always attack after they do a safe move. Or maybe they like to do a safe move and roll or spot dodge. Or maybe they even just like to do a safe move and then hold shield. Tip number 9, fast For Ariel out of hit stun. Although this is in my mind of video, I thought I'd throw this into this video because some people might not watch those entire tutorials. However, fast falling out of hit stun is a quick tip that can help you instantly get better. Many players like to double jump as soon as they're hit and put themselves further into disadvantage. However, a lot of the time when you get hit, if you immediately fast fall with an aerial, your opponent isn't ready for it and you can land safely and immediately return to neutral. Finally, tip number 10. If your opponent is shielding or reacting to ledge trap you, never jump and do an immediate aerial. Essentially, this gives your opponent a chance to punish you based off reaction when they usually wouldn't be able to punish your jump. I explained this further in my Mind Of video, so I'll let that play now. If you've enjoyed these tips, check out my Mind Of tutorials. They go very in depth into what top players are thinking, and if you've enjoyed this video, they will definitely help you out. A mistake many people make, however, is choosing an option like an aerial or neutral air dodge immediately after jumping from the ledge. As Gimmer has covered in his recent video, a person needs around 18 to 20 frames, or 1/3 of a second, to react to something in Smash Bros. This means if you choose an aerial option immediately after you jump, you're essentially adding lag to your jump from ledge. This will allow your opponent that is playing purely off reaction to cover your jump getup, as well as regular roll and getup attack, leaving you with no options that your opponent can't react to. Tweak often jumps and then after a bit double jumps, giving him lots of room to work with to try and get down to the ground. Here Samsora jumps, but then does a late back air while fast falling to the ground. If this back air was done as he jumped from the ledge, it would have been easy for Naru to react and up air Samsora. The other option against players playing based off reaction and shielding is to drop off and then double jump aerial back onto stage. Once again, many players have the bad habit of using their aerial too early when double jumping onto stage, and they simply get punished for hitting their opponent's shield. Here we see Samsora wait just a little bit before beginning his aerial, so he is safely able to cross up shield. This works best with multi-hit moves, but you can delay before using any aerial to cross up your opponent's shield. We see here Tweak also using the concept, but instead doing a late nair dodge to cross up shield. It may feel dangerous not pressing a button straight away, but remember, if your opponent is sitting in shield and purely reacting, you have around 18 to 20 frames to do whatever you want before they'll react to your options.